Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Underflow and today we're going to be talking about Brandon Heberlin. He was real popular on TikTok back in 2020 and since then he has gotten himself into a heap load of trouble which we covered 6 months ago. But things, have started again. He's back on TikTok, back to making rather cringy overall videos and just being there in general. He also reposted something that was very disgusting for someone of his stature to repost, and we will get to that in a few. If you are looking at Brandon as I'm showing him on the screen and the multitude of clips that I have put together here, and you are thinking, I've seen this person before, but I don't really know where. Well, back sometime, I believe in 2021, he made a video where he looked like he was in an interrogation room in one of the most weird videos I've seen on TikTok to date, especially in the setting that it's in. It is nothing but an empty room with his phone propped up while he sits at a table. It is extremely odd and peculiar. It looks like something that would be in lost footage, but it was the thing that started Brandon into his deep dive of popularity, so to speak. I'm going to play the video in a second, but you need to understand that this video was the one that kind of started everything. It got him actual attention for the cringe lord that he was on the app, and that's what he claimed to be. I mean, he was pretty fine with being laughed at overall. He amassed almost 20,000 followers, or a little bit more than that, during his prime on TikTok before a bunch of stuff went down which escalated the situation to him not being able to be on the platform anymore.
Leo, if you are not Dixie, please keep on scrolling. Okay,
Dixie
hi,
D'Amelio?
Dixie. My name's Brandon. We've never met. I just wanted to ask you a couple questions, if you don't mind. So the first question I wanted to ask was, I do have a crush on you, and I just wanted to ask you out on a date or something, or maybe we can meet, hang out. I'll be flying to Los Angeles soon, so maybe we can meet there if you don't mind. I mean, it's okay if you say no. I'm not pressuring you. Just give it some thought. And the second question I had was, how did you get popular on TikTok in the first place, besides your sister? I know you created a song not too long called Be Happy and One Whole Day. I just wanted to know your tips. Thank you for watching, and I hope you see this video.
So as I mentioned before, he's finally back on TikTok and back to posting again. He's trying to gain his relevancy back again, I suppose. Just back to making overall cringe-esque videos. He's even trying to delve into some controversial topics, just bashing people like Taylor Swift, hopefully to get a reaction out of people so that they will come
Going for the Swifties, bro, is crazy. Is crazy.
and get him some, traction for his page. He even went as far to repost a video a 17-year-old girl made talking about when her private photos and videos were leaked when she was the age of 16, which to me is just very creepy knowing Brandon's background. I know you're probably sitting there wondering, asking yourself if you don't know anything about Brandon, what has he done before to get his accounts banned and for him to get, bashed by multiple people online? Well, Brandon here had an entire meltdown on Instagram Live about when people were calling him out for apparently kissing a 9-year-old. Brandon then goes on to admit kissing a little 9-year-old, and then he goes on to joke about it by making a skit. Once that doesn't get the reaction he was hoping for, he then goes on to double down in a 2-minute long video on his live, talking about how if you forgive people like EDP and Logan Paul and James Charles, then you should forgive and respect people like me.
That's fine! I did kiss a 9-year-old! The one that kisses 9-year-olds, right? Oh, yeah, I've heard about him. Yeah, what's up with him? I mean, he's like low-key weird, who would do such a thing? Exactly, bro, who would do such a thing? Low-key, I don't care. Some stupid things that, I'd probably be arrested for.
What is this picture, bro? What is this picture? This picture is wild.
and B, I probably deserve what is being told to me and stuff. But I'm just here to let you know that ever since what happened back in 2020, I have kept myself clean. I have.
Now, after a lot of this stuff transpired, you would believe, or at least I would have assumed in this situation had I seen it happen all live when it was going down, I would think, wow, Brandon's most likely going to leave the app of TikTok, finally just go away, separate himself from the app like he should have, but no, he doubled down and he wanted to stay. After this situation got way out of control, Brandon then went on to turn off his comments and just go on to just make some steady videos before he was ultimately banned. But what happened was, Brandon then goes on to make a live to discuss what had happened. He discussed and said that we should respect him like we respect EDP445, but little does he know, nobody respects him at all. He then goes on to compare himself to EDP as along with Logan Paul and James Charles. But this isn't even the craziest part, nor is it the climax of the situation that we'll get to after I show you the clip of his live.
Years ago, literally, people have forgiven all these other creators, but yet you can't to me when it's been 4 years ago. I expect you respect me the same way you respect them. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I don't fucking care anymore. Because I'm gonna say this once and I'm done. I'm gonna keep posting on here. Y'all can do whatever you want with your lives. I don't care what you comment. But from now on, I'm gonna stay public. I'm gonna keep posting.
Honestly, and don't get me wrong, this is saying something. He honestly makes me regret having Cobra Kai as a favorite show. And I'm telling you, Cobra Kai is my all-time favorite show. For example, Miguel is my background on my phone. That's how much I love Cobra Kai. And him wearing this shirt is wild.
I'm gonna turn my comments on, not have any filters. Y'all can say the amount of shit that you want to. And yeah. So all in all, you need to shut go. Literally, any more comments on their pages explaining what happened to their allegations. EDP doesn't. I think EDP is still on TikTok. By the way, I've seen his account pop up on my For You page multiple
It would
times.
pop up on your For You page, bro.
EDP, y'all
It
didn't
really
get rid
would.
of EDP. He's still on TikTok, roaming around, making videos. He's got his comments turned off. Well, actually, yeah, he's got his comments turned off, but he doesn't have his comments turned off on Instagram. I see a lot of the comments on his Instagram, but he doesn't give a shit anymore. He's not living in a 4x4 jail cell. He's actually very much still living his life. He's probably got a job on top of that. He's also still somewhat has a career. And before I mention anything else, I just want to let you know that there are also multiple creators out there that have not done the similar thing that has been forgiven. I'm not going to compare myself to them, but I will give examples. For example, Logan Paul back in 2018, he made that stupid video in the forest. Here he is 4 years later boxing Floyd Mayweather, literally started his own drinking company, Prime, and literally has a podcast that has over 4 million subscribers.
Okay. There's a difference between Logan Paul and EDP. There's a huge difference. Logan Paul made a mistake. He apologized for it. He had a lot of hate and he lost a lot of fucking money. EDP, on the other hand, did something that was, and don't get me wrong, I don't exactly know if what Logan Paul did was illegal. I have no clue, but he, if he did, he definitely would not have been prosecuted like EDP would have been. And don't get me wrong, EDP in his situation lost a lot of fame, lost a lot of money, a lot of things, And to be fair, I didn't know who EDP was before watching that video. And I had no clue who he was before that video. So the difference between the relevancy of Logan Paul and the relevancy of EDP, two different things.
Literally, James Charles, he took a break for like 2 months.
See, James Charles is on the same level as EDP, if what the stories I've heard are true. And didn't Sniper Wolf recently do something? I believe Sniper Wolf recently had a situations. Sniper Wolf allegations. I believe Sniper Wolf has altercations going on.
Sniper Wolf has
I believe she posted an Omegle thing of her asking to see a 17-year-old's
been
tits.
brought up a lot in regards to her content over the last couple of years, with the most recent situation being her feud with Jax Films. And while that turned into quite the entertaining feud, there's been legal trouble for Sniper Wolf brewing in the background in regards to her YouTube channel and apparent marriage with a guy named Evan, but he's known as Sausage. And what's interesting about all of this is it actually confirms everyone's speculations dating back to 2014. Because throughout Sniper Wolf's entire career, she's just been getting into controversy after controversy. And every time her past behavior was
Don't get me wrong, I'll always think Sniper Wolf is hot as hell.
brought up, she essentially just deflects and denies it all, with the two early situations that were pretty big being the original YouTube channel of hers that was apparently called Sexy Sniper, and then the other one where she faked her gameplay, which was a big deal back in the heyday of the Call of Duty community because
It very much was.
large contributor to her early rise was, oh, woman play video game very well. Very nice, subscribe. And plenty of massive Call of Duty YouTubers called her out on this, and to pretty much no surprise, she denied it, even though it was very obvious. So I guess she's just been reacting to content her entire career, but at least made it obvious that she was reacting in the last like 5 to 6 years. And that is also just multiple controversies in of itself, because one, it being barely transformative content, and two, people are now questioning if she's even reacting to begin with or reading off a Google document. And that leaves me with the question, what's the point of being a reaction channel if you're not even going to react? But we have this 23-page complaint that kicked off this lawsuit here, which really exposes how the Sniper Wolf channel was allegedly set up and ran. And this really ruins Sniper Wolf's life as she knows it, because she spent her entire career trying to keep all this hidden. And just like in my other video, I want to give a special thank you to Mad Catster for sending me this document. And I realize this isn't a short complaint, but it is just packed with eye-opening information for how Sniper Wolf's channel is ran, or allegedly ran according to this complaint. Plaintiff, Channel Red, has in all material times been an Arizona limited liability company in good standing that has been doing business in Maricopa County, Arizona. Young is, and at all relevant times mentioned herein, a co-manager and 50% member of Channel Red. Defendant Aaliyah Shalesh has at all material times maintained her principal residence in Maricopa County, Arizona. So those are the two main people.
Please stop posting, didn't she? Can I just point out that these 4 thumbnails are the exact same thing? No, 5. These 5 thumbnails are the exact same thing. That's wild.
Amidst the allegations, he came back. He's
I'll
still
do another
doing good,
reaction
still
to,
earning money, still fucking
to Sniper Wolf's
grinding,
situation.
literally videos all day. So I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this right now. If those creators can change, and they have showed they change, and I have too in the last couple of years, that means y'all need to shut the fuck up, let it go, leave it alone, leave it in the past, sealed and buried. It should not be brought up again.
That video alone shows you how detached from reality Brandon truly is. And like I said before, we haven't even reached the climax of the situation just yet. After all of this went down and he was banned, and we didn't really hear about him much after that. Not for a while at least. And then it was publicized that Brandon actually did some pretty bad stuff after this. Although the victim has chosen to stay anonymous, Brandon was charged with sexual abuse in the 3rd degree and unlawful imprisonment in the 2nd degree. Unlawful imprisonment is when you knowingly and unlawfully restrain another person, for those of you who do not know. Like I said, I covered Brandon 6 months ago. I was one of the first people on YouTube to cover him, if not the first person to cover him, and I just wanted to make this video to give you guys not only an update at the fact that he is back on the app of TikTok making his rather cringy and, wacky content, so to speak, but I just wanted to inform you guys to let you guys know. Because Brandon's entire goal with uploading on TikTok once again is purely just to get back his relevancy like he used to have. He hit his peak at 20,000 followers and he's going to try to do it once more. This is what happens when someone is nothing but purely obsessed with how they stand on social media and the fact that he simply just can't let it go. And for those of you asking for the part 2 of the TikTok iceberg, there was just something that was stopping me from being able to record, so I'm still working on it and it should be out soon. But that truly is going to be it for today's video. I simply just wanted to inform you guys to let you know, because this person is, someone who really shouldn't be on the app of TikTok or really any social medias, to be honest. But I hope everybody watching today's video is going to have a great day or night, depending on the time of day that you do watch this video. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Stay safe, and I do, at the end of it all, leave you guys with this.
Hey, you have an hour this week, right? Yeah. Great.
Feels great, motherfucker, yeah. We was smoking chill. It was on the gym and lunch. We thought it was real. I was even feeling mad. I ain't even care. Yeah, just to be around you made it worth it. I dropped out, but you still said I'm perfect. I remember.